Alright, I have stuck caliper guide pins on my Subaru brakes. Pretty common. Water gets in under that seal, gunk gets in there. Just basically, these don't slide anymore, so your brake pads don't wear evenly. So this is a pretty easy way. Works, basically for any car. Doesn't matter. It's using this Evapo-rust product, basically just rust remover. So, first thing, you definitely want to take the caliper bracket off your car. It makes everything easier to work on. So, if you're going to take the caliper off, with 2 bolts, it's just 2 more to get the bracket off. And basically, I get a little, little sort of syringe type thing, pour some of the Evapo-rust, and you basically just pry these gently open. You can use your finger, it just depends on how crusty the top is, but you don't want to rip it all up. But basically, you just kind of open that up, squirt a little bit in each side, and I let it sit overnight, but you definitely want to let it sit, more than a few hours. Alright, so the next thing to do, once those have soaked for a bit, what I do is usually wear a glove. There's some sharp metal edges on some of that stuff. Basically just get a vice grips and basically just try to, oh yeah, see those start to move pretty easy. Basically just move side to side the guide pin. Alright, so the next thing basically is just whacking those pins out with a flathead screwdriver. So I just use the wheel, kind of have this open section, put some shop rag down. If you have a bench vise, it'd make it a lot easier. Just whack those out. I usually put a glove on my left hand just because it's pretty sharp metal. And I'm kind of, with one hand, you're sort of holding everything. So yeah, bench vise would be much easier. And just, I just kind of take my time, whack here and there, check on it. Yeah, you can see, it's coming out. Little by little, it's coming out, no problem. Alright, so kind of keep doing that, and eventually that pin will come out. You can see, basically, usually at the top there's just a lot of rust and gunk. Alright, I got the one side cleaned up and re-greased, so it's moving again. So yeah, basically just pull the pin out. It's going to be pretty caked on with grime. Basically just sand that clean again. You pull the boot out, there'll be all sorts of dirt in there. And then I use basically take a rag and screwdriver and kind of scuff the inside of that bracket, because that's going to be full of stuff. And then I put a little bit of grease on the pin and then kind of work it back and forth, and you'll get a lot of the grime stuck to the end. You can kind of just do that, put some grease on, wipe off the dirty stuff, and just rinse and repeat, and basically you're back in business and your calipers will move as intended for your brakes.